Hello and welcome to the Lair of the Visionary, where I show you how to build your very own props. Today we'll be making Deadshot's mask. So let's begin. For this build you'll need pencil or pen, scissors, box cutter, Gorilla Tape, needle and thread, white t-shirt, hot glue gun and glue sticks, lenses, cardboard, and paint. To start off, trace the side of your head and neck onto a piece of cardstock, as this will be the template for our mask. Then, when you're done tracing the side of your head, proceed to cut the template out. Then, taking a marker, trace the template onto a white t-shirt. And when tracing the template, make sure that you trace near the hemline of the shirt. This will allow for an overall nicer look to the mask. So then, flip the template over and trace it out once again. Then, taking your scissors, cut both pieces out. You could also use a box cutter to cut the fabric. So then, proceed to sew or hot glue both pieces together. I decided to sew both pieces together, as I figured the mask would last longer this way. Also, when sewing the mask together, make sure that the side we use the marker on is facing out, as we're just going to flip the mask inside out later. It just looks better this way. Then, at the back of the mask, make sure to leave at least 12 centimeters of unsewn material. This will come in handy for later. So then, when you're done sewing the mask together, proceed to tie knots at both ends. Then flip the mask inside out and try it on. Then, when you have the mask on to where it's most comfortable, take a marker and mark out with 2 dots where your eyes are. Then, taking this template, I taped it onto the mask while wearing it. I then took the mask off and superglued the piece into place. The reason for doing this is to allow for an easier and neater way to cut out a section for our eye. I also cut a section for our other eye, but this one doesn't have to be as neat, as it will just be covered by the target finder later. I then placed a strip of Gorilla Tape on a flat and smooth surface. Then, taking this template, I taped it onto our strip of Gorilla Tape. Then, taking a box cutter, carefully cut around the template. Then proceed to peel off the excess Gorilla Tape. Then proceed to steadily tape it over our eye hole. Then, taking some transparent plastic, like the kind on a box for an action figure, superglue it to a cardboard tube that we've cut down to about 1.5 centimeters in width. Then, when the superglue is done drying, cut off the excess plastic. So, if you couldn't already tell, this is going to be the target finder of our mask. So then, taking a red marker, color the inside of the plastic red. I then added a yellow dot in the middle of our target finder, along with some crosshairs. Then, hot glue some cardboard around our target finder. I then cut around the cardboard at an angle, like the way you see here. Then, hot glue the piece onto a lens from some old sunglasses. Then, taking some duct tape, mask off the plastic area and back of the lens of our target finder. Then proceed to paint it silver, followed by some gloss plastic spray. Then, hot glue the non-stick side of some Gorilla Tape on the back of our target finder, while also leaving an area open for us to see out of. So then, cut off the excess Gorilla Tape. Then tape the target finder onto our mask. So, depending on which version of the mask you're a fan of, I opted for a mixture of both the movie and the comic look, as the comic look was just simpler to make. And like the look of the mask in the Suicide Squad movie, I aim with my left eye. So then, I hot glued a little red LED light to the side of our target finder. I then hot glued 2 strips of Velcro on each side of the slit on the back of our mask. And then lastly, try the mask on. And that's how you make a simple and easy Deadshot's mask.